Hey everyone, among Jesus's 12 disciples, who do you think was the quickest when it came to crunching numbers? That would be Matthew, the former tax collector. He was treated as a sinner for collecting money from his own people on behalf of Rome. But one day, when Jesus said, "Follow me," he closed his ledger and stood up. And later on, he would use his professional talents, his meticulousness and his ability to keep records to write the Gospel of Matthew in the New Testament. Today, we're going to explore why Matthew the tax collector picked up his pen, and after the biblical record ends, where he went and how he spent his final days. Let's trace this hidden story together. Right after Jesus ascended to heaven, the gospel was primarily spread through the spoken words of the apostles. But as time passed, and the apostles began to pass away, one by one or scattered to distant places, the need for accurate written records became apparent. The biggest reason Matthew picked up his pen at this time was because of the Jewish people. The Gospel of Matthew begins with this sentence: "The genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham." Matthew wanted to prove to his fellow Jews that the Messiah we've been waiting for is Jesus. That's why he quoted the Old Testament more than 65 times, demonstrating that Jesus' life was the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. What's fascinating is that his skills from his former profession as a tax collector shined through clearly in his gospel. Matthew systematically organized Jesus' teachings into 5 major sermon sections, including the Sermon on the Mount. Just like he used to organize tax ledgers, he compiled Jesus' sayings in a logical and meticulous way. According to the records of the early church fathers, the Gospel of Matthew was originally written in Hebrew or Aramaic, and was later translated into Greek. After Jesus' ascension, Matthew stayed in the region of Judea for about 15 years, preaching the gospel to his fellow Jews. But following Jesus' Great Commission to make disciples of all nations, he eventually left his familiar homeland and set out on the path of missionary work to the Gentiles. According to tradition, the place Matthew headed to was Ethiopia. He preached the gospel to the royal court and the people there in Ethiopia. In the mission field, Matthew had completely abandoned the greed from his tax collector days. It's said that he gave up eating meat and lived a very ascetic and disciplined life, eating only seeds, tree fruits, and vegetables. The wealthy tax collector Levi had been completely reborn as the apostle Matthew, poor in material wealth, but rich in spirit. While doing missionary work in Ethiopia, Matthew incurred the king's wrath and was martyred by being stabbed with a sword in front of the altar. Today, his remains are enshrined in the crypt of the Salerno Cathedral in southern Italy, where countless pilgrims still come to honor his faith. From a tax collector who was scorned by his own people, to the apostle who most meticulously recorded Jesus' life and shared it with the entire world, that was Matthew. He testified about Jesus with his pen, and in the end, he completed that testimony with his own blood. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.